Just had a meeting with my supervisor, and there were some recommendations. As you might have seen from my previous um, videos. Uh, so, one of the suggestion that was made is about making quantifying the peaks, just not saying that the peak dose is this, doing the measuring the dose at 80% of the Bragg peak. When it falls beyond the Bragg peak, when does it fall by 80%? That gives some accurate measurement of how my Bragg peak is behaving. And another thing he asked me to do the lateral profile, to plot the lateral profile at different distance along the beam axis, along the direction beam enters. That can be done. The question that was raised during the meeting was, how does multiple Coulomb scattering is simulated in Fred and MC square? Which is more accurate? Is it Fred or is it MC square? From my plot, which was previously shown, to me, it was evident that the lateral profile of Fred is broader than MC square. Why is that? That was a question, and to answer that, the professor suggested that we use the same stopping power for both of them and see. That would give us an idea how or what is causing the broad spread of Fred. But the problem is, for now, for me, I have no idea how to use the stopping power, how to include stopping power in Fred. And in MC square, I can ask the OpenTPS team, they may know how to do it. Then we moved on to discussing the change of voxel size for Fred and MC square, of course. Uh, the professor was saying something that changing the voxel of the entire phantom, is it longitudinally or um, what's the other way? Longitudinally, and so xy plane or yz plane, assuming z is the assuming z axis is the beam direction. How would that? He was saying that if you change the voxel size, everything gets changed. Um, Sorry for the noise. And this I did not understand what he was trying to say, but maybe if I read the papers that he suggested, the plots he showed, and then he recommended me to only plot the depth dose profile along the central. Maybe he was suggesting take one voxel and just take one central voxel and just plot the dose deposited along that voxel. Another interesting thing that came up during the meeting was, what's my research question? What is going to be my research question? And one of the research question that was suggested by the professor was impact of multiple scattering in patient. So the idea is, if I simulate the proton beams in heterogeneous phantom, which I'm working on right now, and designing phantom based on atomic composition and exact beam exact beamlets, is something I'm working on. But if I get through that, I get the patient data, and if I'm able to make the uh, beam profile, the BDL, how do you say it? The beam model, if I get the exact beam model for both Fred and MC square, he was saying you can do auto commission in Fred or MC square. I had no clue what he was talking about, but anyway, if I get the same beam model, I can investigate the impact of multiple Coulomb scattering in patient data. So this was the progress so far. I have been stuck in the heterogeneous media for a long time, at least for 3 weeks or maybe more. That would be my next goal to, yeah, be done with it.